Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode number 90 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val. With me is the amazing Jason. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing well, as always.
Awesome to hear. And the man, the myth, the legend, PSA Hall of Famer, King NASCAR. Logan, how are you, sir?
I am feeling watermelony.
Yes. Yes, I'm glad you're able to make it tonight. I know there's some storms rolling across the U.S. here, so hope everybody's safe.
Yeah, it was touch and go here earlier. We had some rotation out close to my house. In fact, I even have it recorded, so it was a little scary, but we're all good now.
Awesome. Got a great show for everybody today. We're going to recap the NASCAR truck Xfinity Cup race as well as the F1. We're also going to review the Tops Now F1 cards that have been released in the archives and look at some of the print runs and what's currently available. A suggestion from one of the amazing listeners. So we're going to cover women in NASCAR and their trading cards. And then also the cornerstone of the podcast YouTube channel is King's Court. So, so let's get rolling, gentlemen. Let me look over here at my notes. Well, they being the Camping World Truck Series, they were at Circuit of America in Austin, Texas. That was the second annual XPEL 225 race, and that was Saturday, March 25th at Circuit of America, Austin, Texas. And our winner was Zane Smith, and our highest finishing rookie was Lawless Alan at position 11.
Go Lawless.
Yeah, well, Zane Smith, he was stage 1 winner, stage 2 winner, and race winner. So I don't think anybody had anything for him.
Yeah, that's the first time that happened this year in trucks.
Yeah, we've talked about Zane Smith's cards before. 2018 was his first year with cards, with 2018 Donruss and the next in line, as well as a few parallels, the signature series as well in Donruss, and the 2018 Panini certified. He has certified next signatures, no base cards. He's in the Panini Prime, also clear silhouettes. Those there's 3 versions of that. And then he has a base card, I guess you're more traditional, in 2018 Panini Victory Lane with card number 40 and the different parallels for that. Doesn't look like any autos, but the 4 printing plates as well. So Zane Smith's I think he's got a few wins already. So, and then Lawless Alan, who we love on the show, he doesn't have any cards yet. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for Donruss, which Jason still on schedule.
Yep, it's still good for April 15th. And I think the best thing about it is the price is staying the same. So we're still at 110 for a hobby box.
That's awesome. Can't complain too much. Hopefully maybe it'll drop a little. We'll see. And then when the show drops, we'll have 14 days, 2 weeks until the release. So I'm looking forward to Donruss. That's one of my favorite releases of the year.
Are you going to try to buy any on Panini's website, or are you just going to wait and get it from one of the big 3 or something?
Well, I guess it all depends on when it goes live. I've been going into the office, so I try to work from home 1 or 2 days a week. So, because that releases on a Friday, and I want to say the other dates have been on Wednesdays. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure you'll try.
I'll probably I'll try, and if I get one, that'll be good. But I'm not going to buy more than that because like I said, I'll probably try to get mine from the big 3 or find them from somebody a little cheaper. I'm always into saving money.
Yeah, well, and that reminds me, want to also thank our sponsor, Panini America. Let's move up. Yes, sir.
With the trucks, Haley was in another crash, 34th.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for her bad luck, she'd have no luck at all.
Yeah, she's like the guys on Hee Haw, no doubt. She's she's not showing me anything this year. I mean, I know a lot of it's not of her doing, but a lot of it is putting yourself in the right position, and she's apparently not putting herself in the right positions right now. So uh, I don't know what to think about her. I've been talking about the last few weeks. I'm starting to lose a little faith in her. She's got to ramp it up if she wants to move on to Xfinity and get more hobby love. So right now she's got to do better.
So where do you think she is from a hobby perspective? Do you think she's in a buy, sell, or wait and see?
I think she's probably moved from buying to wait and see right now. Is what I think, because her prices have gone down considerably. So and maybe it's time to buy some at some of these prices. I don't know, because even some of her graded PSA 10 cards have gotten to be, you saw people, $200, $300, whatever for a particular card, and now they're $100 or something. So they've gone down, and they're still not selling. So I don't know if there's a glut in the market, or if it's her performance, or both, or whatever. But yeah, I don't know that I would be, it may be time to, I don't know. I just wait and see. Let's just wait and see.
You might be right on the glutton part, because we went through that grading boom, and people, they're looking for the name. That's who they're submitting to get graded. So you might be right on that one.
Because I had a whole bunch. I know at least 20 something on one sub, and another handful on another sub that I had. So just by myself, I probably had at least 30 that came in just recently. Last month.
Well, I know it's probably not. So I mentioned it before. I think it was that, she's running Ford truck. Now I know Zane Smith won the race in a Ford truck, but I think she would do better in Ford in Xfinity as opposed to the truck. I think there's um, more Fords in the Xfinity. So we'll see. So I think she needs to move up to the next level, and then that's kind of where I think it's make or break for me if I'm going to thin out some of her cards or not. But I think right now some of that bad luck, and there's just not a lot of Fords. It's not like, if she was in and I mentioned this years ago, that if she was in a Kyle Busch truck running Toyota, we knew she'd have fantastic equipment. So, and we know how they're winning races and stuff. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but
no, I kind of wish she'd stayed with Toyota. I guess Ford offered her a better deal, probably, a lot more factory support, and, I don't know, but I really wish she would have stayed with Toyota.
And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but she's going to go to Stewart Haas, right? So like everything I'm reading and some of the other stuff, it looks like everything's lining up for her to go to Stewart Haas in one way or the other. So I don't know
Yeah,
if you guys have kind of read that or not, but I can kind of read between the lines, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the same vibe I'm getting, is that she's going to probably be going there. Just like you said, reading between lines.
So I mean, Ford, if you check out her Instagram account, I think she has new Ford trucks and new Ford Mustangs, and some other stuff that she's getting to be a Ford driver. So, but anyway, we digress here.
Yeah, moving on.
Yep, moving on. Next race for the trucks is actually not going to be until April 7th, when they're at Martinsville Speedway. That's the Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief 200, and that's going to be Thursday, April 7th at 8 p.m. Um, so they're taking a little break in the truck series. Moving over to the Xfinity series, that was race number 6, and that was the second annual Pit Boss 250. And that was Saturday, March 26th as well, at Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas. AJ Allmendinger was our winner, and our highest finishing rookie was in positions 2 with Austin Hill.
Yeah, Austin Hill's putting together a good season.
Yeah, I think he's definitely well, him and Sheldon Creed. It's gonna be. I think Sheldon Creed's 1-1. I know Austin Hill, I think, is one a few. So yeah, he's putting it together.
Yeah, he's the Childress cars are, at least in Xfinity, are doing very well. Um, he's got the right equipment, I think, behind him, and he'll probably win at least another race or two, I think, this year.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how when they go into the playoffs. So still got a long way to go, but um, they're definitely putting it together. AJ Allmendinger, his first trading cards are in 2007. He's one of those drivers who I don't say he moved around into some of the different series, but he's come back with a vengeance here last year and continuing on with this year. So he's in 2000 Press Pass Premium. His card number 83 in that series. He's also in the 2007 Press Pass Stealth, card number 29, with a few different parallels with the retail. Chrome exclusive number to 99, Chrome Platinum number to 25, eBay previews back in the day, number to 5, Maximum Access Insert MA1, and Maximum Access Autographs. It's not numbered. Press Pass VIP in 2007 with different versions as well as 2007 Press Pass signings. And there's a no number and a blue version, number 25 in gold to 5. He's in the 2007 Tracks, card number 32, a few versions of it. And then the 2007 Wheels American Thunder, card number 84 and 84B with the autograph. And that's the one I wish I could find. That's autograph Dinger, number to 50.
Yeah, that would be a cool one. I think one of the very few um, autographs that I have like that. I've got one by Buddy Baker, and he signed it Leadfoot, and I thought that's really cool.
Yeah, those are cool. Press Pass had some of those. And I guess maybe it was a year or two ago, some of the guys were coming in, like in the nuts groups, and they were basically buying up those special, um, like autographs or whatever. Um, there are a few. There's Leadfoot, and there's a few other ones that are out there. They're really cool.
Yeah, I think Daryl Waltrip did one that's Jaws.
Jaws. Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other ones right now. I don't think Fred Lorenzen had one. Um, and there were numerous others. Was it Red Farmer had one that was his? I want to say it's like M10 something or whatever, but I am. But those are pretty cool to find. So yeah, so there's a Dinger version as well, and then a few autographed hat instant winner card, cool threads, and single hat also for 2007 in Wheels American Thunder. And then our highest finishing rookie, Austin Hill. I think we talked about him last week. Pull his file. 2021 Dunruss. He's got the regular version and then the retro 1988 version as well. And then those all the parallels for that. He's in the Optic. Dunruss Optic 2021. Optic Signatures. The printing plates for all that. Chronicles. Zenith autographs, and Panini Prism signing sessions, all autographs in Prism. So
Yeah, he's got a lot of 2021 cards though.
well, he's moving right up there. So
Well, and I'm looking at column C for him as we speak, and
Mhm.
there's an autograph from Chronicles for $5. So affordable for sure right now.
oh, definitely, yeah. We haven't really talked about ComC and the prices, whatever, but yeah, there's plenty of deals out there on some of these guys. He's worked his way up through trucks. Now he's in Xfinity, running for Rookie of the Year. So, might be in there another year or two. And then does he get the cup or not? We don't know. But, for $5 or whatever.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I mean, $5 for any autograph is a deal, I think.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons one of the reasons I know I love NASCAR. You can, as I always say, your collecting dollars go a lot. Was it all the collecting fun and half the price or more? So
Yeah, and in air quotes, still affordable.
yes, right. So yeah, I want everybody to share the podcast, but tell everybody let's not drive up the prices of stuff. So next race number 7, that is at Richmond Raceway, and that's Toyota Care 250, Saturday, April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Stages for Richmond Raceway are 75, 150, and 250. Practice is on Saturday, and qualifying is on Saturday as well. This might be a good time to throw in a little trivia here for Richmond Raceway. Who won the first NASCAR race held at Richmond Raceway in 1953? So we'll come back after our next segment here. So moving over to the Cup race, that was race number 6, and that was the second annual Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix, and that was Sunday, March 27th, also at Circuit of America. That was an interesting race. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Me and my daughter were going out golfing, so but I did watch some of the highlights, and it was some bumping and banging there on that last lap, with Ross Chastain being victorious and getting his first win. And our highest finishing rookie was Austin Cindric at position 8.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race. Trackhouse really, really did well because Suarez won the first stage, and you could tell right then that they had the cars to beat. And I think that's our third first time winner this year in 6 races. So it's either like Hendrick wins or first time winner is what we're getting right now. So I guess next week a Hendrick car is going to win, going by the way things are going.
Now, when I watched some of that last lap, I think people were complaining about Ross Chastain and I guess the way he moved AJ Allmendinger, but it looked like Allmendinger took a swipe at him, made him, and I don't know if it was Alex Bowman or whoever it was, go wide, but then Ross Chastain got back and was able to, pop his bumper kind of there right there at the end of the race. So it was kind of a little payback for what he had done, what AJ had tried to do to him. So
yeah, AJ was kind of being a little whiny, I think, at the end of his post race interview, and he was talking about, well, some people got to do what they got to do, something like that. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, dude, you're the one who moved Chastain first, and he paid you back. You got a really short memory. I like AJ Allmendinger, but hey, I don't blame Ross Chastain for anything. I think he did exactly what he needed to do. The commentators, even Tony Stewart, agreed with that. He made a hell of a move right there at the end, getting underneath of Allmendinger and then knocking Allmendinger into Alex Bowman. I thought for a second that freaking Alex Bowman was going to steal another race because he had done crap all day. I mean, he really hadn't done anything all day. And then all of a
don't
sudden,
forget, Allmendinger won the day before too, right?
yeah, he did.
So I think he was trying to get that double there. But good.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh my God, Alex Bowman's going to freaking win this race. And then when they had the pinball action going on there, and AJ spun out and Bowman went wide, and Ross Chastain took the lead back. I'm like, yes, go, dude, go! And he beat him. So that was a great race.
He brought out the ceremonial watermelon And so if you're not familiar with Ross Chastain, his family owns a watermelon farm, and when he's been coming up through the whole ranks, he smashes a watermelon in victory lane. So
Yeah, the Tony Stewart and all them, Mike Joy and all them, they thought that he was going to bust it on the top of the car, and it's like, no, don't do it on the car. But he didn't do it on the car. He just threw it on the ground. Then he was eating it, and then he had a piece stuck on his mouth. I don't know if anybody noticed that. He's doing the post-race interview. He's got this like white watermelon seed stuck on his beard. It's like, oh God, come on, dude, wipe that stuff off. It was driving me crazy.
Ross Chastain, we haven't talked about him in a while since he was in lower levels, but his first cards are in 2012 Press Pass Fanfare. A card number 66. There's only a few parallels to that. There's a blue foil die cut. There's a hollow foil die cut. Silver number to 25, sapphire to 20, and diamond to 5. There's magnificent materials. Silver number to 99, gold to 50, race used gloves. A dual number to 50, and dual melding to 10. Silvers in fanfare. Silvers. Autographs in fanfare. The silver version is numbered to 299, gold to 99, red to 75, and blue to 25. So that stuff, I love the 2012 fanfare because it has Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Bubba Wallace, to name a few.
Yeah, and that stuff's dried up. You can't find it.
I know. So that's awesome. He gets his first cup win, I should say.
So I'm going to ask, because you brought it up with Press Pass. Have we reached the point where a lot of the Press Pass is gone? I mean, we're talking how many years now that they've been defunct? Are we at that point where it's few and far between?
Well, the big three don't really carry them anymore. They used to.
They don't.
I mean, I guess it was, I don't know how many years ago, but you could get those blasters on clearance. I would always buy stuff on Black Friday, picking that stuff up. So now I think I still got two 2012 blasters in the case there. I've been meaning to bust them.
I'd rather see you blast them.
No, they're so rare. I can't. But it's like only one pack a box, and it's like I guess 10 cards. You get one auto or memorabilia per box. So back that configuration. So I have not seen a hobby box of that stuff.
It just seems like, and I know we talk about print runs from like the late 80s and stuff, but it seems like I see more Max tracks, all that stuff, than I do see Press Pass, and we're 15 years newer roughly. So
there's some key dates or key years in Press Pass that's just awesome stuff. You just can't find it. We've seen the 2013 Escalade,
right?
With Kyle Larson, just his cards, and I guess there was one hobby box we saw, and it was like $300 or $400 for a hobby box. And Logan remembers we had gone to the Press Pass office one time, and they gave us a hobby box back then. They were coming like little boxes, and there's like 10 cards a box, or whatever. And Tyler, was already all over Kyle Larson before he was racing. So
yeah, it sure was. We hit a Kyle Larson in there, and I remember us sitting on the floor at your house and going through just picking, going back and forth and picking.
Yep.
And I think Kyle Larson didn't. He was like towards the end, and Tyler goes, "Well, we'll take him."
That reminds me, I have to find it. October of 2013, I think he had his first race at the cup level. I have to look. I think I have some. I had one like at auction, some tickets that I never used. So I might have to try to dig those out and get him to sign some.
That's another collectible that's on its way up. It's the next thing to be hyped is tickets.
Yeah, they're not making paper tickets anymore. So
It's they're getting hyped now, and you're gonna find tickets that are to, really. I mean, our Super Bowl tickets are already expensive, but you're going excuse me, you're gonna find tickets to other events that are gonna skyrocket in price because everybody's gonna hype the crap out of everything.
Yeah, and the one guy, Darren Ravel, he was on a podcast that I listened to year and a half ago, talking about that he is really big into tickets and where they could go in the future. And I mean, it's happening already. I mean, when you have those auction houses getting some of the stuff that they can get their hands on, there's some crazy prices.
Oh yeah.
Finishing up with our highest finishing rookie, Austin Cindric. We haven't talked about him in a few weeks, but 2018 was his first year in cards with Donruss Phenoms, 2018 Panini Certified, 2018 Panini Prism, scripted signatures, 2018 Victory Lane with base cards, card number 33. And so Panini Certified and Victory Lane have base cards for him, and then there's also signatures in Victory Lane. So next race number 7, Richmond Raceway, Toyota Owners 400, Sunday, April 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Stages for Richmond 70, 230, and 400. Practice on Saturday, and qualifying is also on Saturday. Coming back to the trivia, who won the first NASCAR race held at Richmond Raceway in 1953? That would be Lee Petty.
Go Lee Petty. And that's when it was a half-mile track. It wasn't a 3/4 mile track like it is now.
Yeah. And then who holds a record with the most wins with 13 wins at Richmond? That would be Richard Petty, Lee Petty's son. And one stat that I thought was amazing is that he won 8 races in a row between September 13th, 1970 and September 9th of 1973. Richard Petty won every race at Richmond Raceway.
Because he's the man.
He's the king.
And the king. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Moving over to IndyCar, they were off, and they are still off until April 10th. And then moving over to Formula One, that was race number 2 on Sunday, March 27th. That was the 2022 STC Saudi Arabia Grand Prix with 50 laps, and Max Verstappen was our race winner.
Yeah, he took the lead for good on lap 47. He used the DRS to pass Leclerc and take the lead. I thought Leclerc was going to win his second race of the year. It's like, whoa, really? This is saying something. But Lewis Hamilton was really nowhere to be found. I mean, I don't remember where he finished.
He finished 10th.
He got some points, or a point, or whatever it is.
1 point
for 10th. But he's that just goes to show you. I tweeted out earlier this week. How much do you think that the car? How important is the car in relationship to the driver when it comes to winning races, winning championships, and those kind of things? Because you could have the greatest driver in the world, and you can have the crummiest car, and that driver may win a race here or there, but he's not going to win a lot of races. So, you've got to have a good car along with a good driver. So, in my opinion, the driver is like 65% maybe, and the car is, the other 35%. But you can look at what Lewis Hamilton's going through right now. They don't have the car. Mercedes does not have the car. I think they'll have the car later. I think that they'll get it where it needs to be. But right now, in this day and time, they don't have the car. And even with his great driving abilities, he's not able to do what he did last year, and he's in the first race of the year, he kind of lucked out with both of the Red Bull cars going out right there at the end, so he kind of lucked into the podium. But this Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, man, he just wasn't even a factor at all. I mean, they talked about him because he's Lewis Hamilton, but he just wasn't there. He didn't seem anything.
Yeah, one thing, looking at the results, I I recorded the race, but I don't know. Me and my cable provider are fighting here. I don't know why the stuff's not recording, but anyway, looking at the results here, um, Max Verstappen got 25 points, led 6 laps, like you said, and then Charles Leclerc. He led 30 laps and got 19 points. What's interesting, the other Red Bull driver, Sergio Perez, came in fourth and with 12 points. And the Lewis Hamilton teammate, Mercedes, George George Russell, he actually finished fifth with 10 points. So,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Mercedes is going to get their act together. I'm sure they're in wind tunnels now, and they're doing all kinds of testing and things to tweak the car. Because they're not going to lay on. They're not going to lay down. They're going to fight.
oh no, yeah. So they've got some work to do, and I'm sure they are working on it right now. So,
But it was a good race. Like I said, Verstappen used his DRS right there at the end, and he held off Leclerc and went on to win. It was a good win. I was happy for him, because last race he was either last or almost last. I don't remember where he finished, but he didn't finish.
Max Verstappen and his cards. We haven't talked about him this year. We did talk about him last year. He has a few Tops Trumps cards. If you're not familiar with that, I don't know if it's a game or if they're sold like a deck of cards in a hard protective um, holder, or whatever. But 2016 and 2018, I don't know if I have them handy. I have a 2018. Oh, don't have it. And then he has cards in 2020 naturally with Tops. He has a Tops Now Formula One card. Card number 23 has a print run of just over 4,000. And then also with the 2020 Tops Chrome, there's about 15, 20 versions of that. And there's a image variation on card number 6 with him sitting with his helmet. And then there's also the 1954 World of Wheels, different parallels of it. And then there is the plethora of parallels for Topps 2020 Chrome Formula One with the 70th anniversary gold and orange, red, and super refractor. There's Chrome autographs, gold refractors, gold wave refractors, orange wave refractors. There's the printing plates, black, cayenne, magenta, yellow, purple refractors, red wave refractors, just refractors, super refractors if you don't like refractors. There's track tags. That's one of the other inserts with the different parallels and printing plates. Then we get to do it all over in the 2020 Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition with all the different parallels. That I'm not going to bore everybody with all those. There are a lot of them, and those are his true rookie cards if you go by the Beckett definition. So there's also Dynasty. There's also a Topps Dynasty product, and that has Dynasty autographs in it. That's a super high end. If you don't want to collect any of those, there's the Topps F1 official stickers. There's about 10 stickers in that series, and then the Topps Turbo Attacks Formula One versions with about 10 of those. And then the limited edition stickers, it looks like there's 3 different versions of it. So lots of 2020 Topps cards, about 435.
Yeah, and your pal Zal finished 11th.
All right. I'm going to keep an eye on him.
He almost got some points. He was close.
Almost. Next race number 3. That is Sunday, April 10th at 1 a.m. on ESPN. And that's the Heineken Australian Grand Prix at Melbourne Grand Prix Circuit. I think that was it for the race recap. All right, we're at 36 minutes. Goodness. Let's since we're on the F1, let's go over and look at some of the Topps archive print runs for those that collect Topps F1. I'm curious to see how they do. We had the road to 2022. I think there was about 8 or 9 cards in it. So looking at the print run, so where do we see there the ordering of these? So that's 82 from last year, 81. That's 3, so 1's right here. So it was interesting that there's 1,065, 1310, 1,052 for these, and then 969. I think that's George Russell, 10,894. So it seemed like any of the drivers had a massive print run compared to the others. So
yeah, George Russell looks like he could be in an episode of Sprocket.
it sure does. So here that is 6, 4, 5 is right here at 1485. Again, if you go out to Topps website, you can find the archive. So 7, there is our buddy Zhao,
Pal Zal.
8,903, 997, and 1,044. Number 10 with Lewis Hamilton and George Russell at 5,676, and then the Haas at 1,003. We're recording Wednesday. If we look at the current ones, they just started with the regular season right now. There's one over there. 101. Oh, did I put some new ones up?
Yeah, there's.
Oh no, it's so this is from last year. Then this is the pack. Card number 1, which is still available. There's a teammates with a Ferrari. Kevin Magnussen, top 5 finish. And then I don't know why they did this. Instead of doing a driver portrait, they have the car, our pal Zhao, and with the rookie logo, which I like, but I would have liked to have had a driver photo. So these will be finishing up by the time the episode drops. We'll have some new cards. So we'll recap next week and see what's available and then what these print runs are. So I'm curious to see how 2022 does compared to last year. So
Did you guys buy any?
I did not. I thought about it. Like I said, I think I was in for my pal Zhao, but since it's not a driver card, it's the car.
I did not. To me, on some of these, it's just I feel like if I don't have a goal, I'm not going to buy any. And if I'm not going to try to get them all, I'm not going to start with one. So that's kind of where I struggle with the Topps Now stuff.
I thought about the Magnussen, maybe send it to the Haas shop, but I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't buy any either. I think I'll wait and see what happens on ComC.
Yeah, it's at $9 a piece or in bulk. It's possible if you go out to ComC, you can pick stuff up a lot cheaper. Depending it just is it something that you want to take a risk getting on the secondary market, or something you have to have. So
Yeah, we'll see how it goes this year.
definitely. Let me have, share another screen. So we had one of the listeners was asking about a 1989 card, if it was the first woman in NASCAR, her card. So, thought that that would be a good topic to discuss. King NASCAR, he has his top 10 women drivers of NASCAR on the PSA set registry, I believe.
Yeah, this is a showcase that I did. PSA currently has a promotion or whatever you want to call it contest where people can do their top 10 cards in the showcase of whatever they want to make them. They have different categories like miscellaneous sports, combination of all sports, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, hockey. So you can do all these showcases on PSA, and I think it's a really neat idea. And what one of the cool things they're going to do about it is at the end of the year, the best showcase from each one of these categories is going to win a set registry award. So, I'm all about that. I love competing in the set registry. So, I did my own, top 10 women drivers of NASCAR, and we can talk about this. Do you guys kind of want to take numbers and talk about them, or you want me to talk about them? How you want to do this?
However you want to do it. Jason, you want in or not? Or you want to listen? Ask
I'm gonna
questions.
listen because the women of NASCAR is not something I'm familiar with at all. So I will listen on this one.
Well, that's fine. I guess we can start with number 10 if you want me to take that.
Yeah, go ahead.
2011 Press Pass Fanfare, number 67, Johanna Long.
Yeah, I've got
Uh,
the descriptions. If you scroll down, you'll see all the bigger descriptions.
can
If
you
you want,
can you underneath the card?
yeah, see,
Yeah. So she was a great truck series driver. Many people, including myself, believe that if she had been given a chance to drive in better equipment, she would have a longer and more successful NASCAR career. And it was cool to bump into her in the NASCAR Hall of Fame a few years ago. Yeah, I remember her being in the Xfinity series, I believe, and funding was definitely an issue that I remember. She was in the you have the 2011. I wonder if I can pull that up. Does that show up?
yeah, there you go. It looks good.
Okay. Yep. So that's the base card. Um, this is the fanfare autograph. Let's see if I can see that. So yeah, she was very nice. I think you're right that if she had better equipment, I think she could race. And they had, I guess, a few of the women drivers at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Um, Jennifer Joe Cobb comes to mind as well. And I remember, her saying that eventually, hopefully, that the women would be known as women drivers, that they would just be known as drivers. That that they would be just taken uh, as drivers and not have to put the women this distinction in there. So, but I'd love to see her make a comeback since I think it was 2013, 2014. I think is when she stopped racing. The times have definitely changed. So especially with the Bush Accelerate Her, um, that they're helping to sponsor women drivers, trying to get them to the couple
Yeah, and she was real nice too when we ran. Remember Val when we ran into her at the NASCAR Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to her for a little bit. We told her what we were wishing her well. We thought that if she had a little bit better equipment, she'd do better. She was hoping she. I think at the time, didn't she say something about she was working on a deal, but I don't know that ever really came through.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, so number 9 in my list is Patty Moise, and her rookie card is the 1989 Max card number 216. Uh, she was in NASCAR a long time. She she ran from 86 to 98. She ran mostly in the Busch series back then, which is now our Xfinity series. And she ran in 133 of the Busch series races. She had a few top tens, but she always had some really cool sponsors though. She had some nice looking cars. She had like Purex and Dial, Crisco, and those kind of things. I always liked her cars and things. She ended up marrying Elton Sawyer, uh, and I think Elton Sawyer is in NASCAR. He's some kind of official. He may be over the one of the series. I think I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, but I know that Elton's in NASCAR now as well. But her 1989 Max card is a pretty neat card. That's going to be her rookie card. It's kind of got her windblown hair, and she was always nice. I met her one time, a long time ago, back in I think the early '90s, and she was very nice, very personable, and she had a really good career.
All right. Number 8 is Shawna Robson, and this is the 1990 Max card number 118. And we have here that Shawna was a fixture in the Xfinity series from 1991 to 2005, skipping a few years in between. She appeared in 61 races and was the first woman to win a pole position in Atlanta in 1994. The fabulous thing about that was it was in the pits. Oh, that Logan was in the pits that day and was able to watch history and take her picture with her pole position award. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she was. I actually had a pit pass in '94, and I was down there that day when she won that pole award, and I was right there when they were taking her picture, with the award and all that. I've got some pictures around the house somewhere. I think they're over here somewhere. Probably should have tried to find those, but anyway, uh, um, she was real nice. Got her autograph. Um, you know, I had bumped into her a few times. We saw her one time at the Galleria hotel at the Galleria Mall in Birmingham, and when we were there for the Talladega race. But yeah, she had a good career. Um, I was, like I said, I was a fan of hers. Me and my son Tyler, we really liked her. We were always hoping for her to do well, but she was a really good driver, and she had a great career. So the next one is going to be uh, Kelly Earnhardt. Now she didn't have a very big racing career. She ran a lot of sportsman cars and things that her dad, Dale Earnhardt Sr., put together for her. And of course, they had the mom and pop sponsorship back in the day. But where she's really shined now is, she runs JR Motorsports for her brother Dale Earnhardt Jr. So that's her big gig now, and she does a very very good job at that. But like I said, she didn't do a lot of racing, but she's a very prominent businesswoman in racing and very well respected. Uh, I've always liked her. That's her rookie card from the '94 Optima XL, and I think Dale Jr. and uh, is it Kerry? I think both have cards in that as well.
There's also the Teresa Earnhardt, and then the I want to say error or variation with Teresa Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt that was pulled. So if you look at the back, it shows you a picture of the one that was pulled. They didn't change the back of all the cards, but they pulled that picture.
Yeah, that's
and
the
just
one
had
I
one
heard.
of Teresa. But yes,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
but yeah, she's still in racing. She's still, you know, like I said, she's still running JR Motorsports for her brother, and like I said, she's a sharp lady, very sharp lady.
and she goes to. I've talked about the stocks for tots. That's the signing sessions and stuff in December, where the proceeds go to charity, and she'll show up there and sign. So I've have a few of her cards signed. Next on the list is Ethel Mobley. Um, Ethel had a brief stint in the Cup Series, participating in only two races. She started in the second Cup race of the famous Daytona Beach Road Course in 1949, along with her famous brothers Tim Fonte and Bob Flock. She finished ahead of Fonte and Bob in that race, giving her a lot of bragging rights. Her only card is from the 1989 Winner's Circle, uh, showing her sporting her old school helmet.
Yeah, she didn't race very much, but you know, she had the racing bug just like her brothers, and that may be the only time that you've had multiple brothers and a sister racing in a cup race. I don't think that's ever happened since.
Especially with three brothers
Yeah,
and a sister, so four. That's pretty impressive.
yeah, that's a cool card of hers. That's like I said, that's her one and only card, and that's in the '89 Winter Circle.
Yep.
All right, the next one is going to be Louise Smith, and this is also a 1989 Winter Circle card. She was a NASCAR pioneer. She ran from 1949 to 52. She's was among three women that started the second ever Cup race on the old Daytona Beach course. So you know it was her and Ethel Mobley and I think it was Sarah Christian
Yep.
that all were in that one race, and I don't think that's really ever been duplicated either since then. This is her PSA 10 card. It's a beautiful card. She had a short career, just a couple of years. I mean, I guess you know she was testing the waters. She signed cards. I mean, up until her death, which was not all that long ago. But
2005, I think it was.
yeah, it's. I mean, she had a. She was very nice, very personable. She was a good racer. I wish she would have continued her career, but I guess you know things get in the way of you know your dreams, and you know she had to end up quitting. But she was a very good driver, and you know, kudos to her.
There's that famous photo of her. They had like cut her out of the car
Yes.
at one of the tracks, and I think if you watch Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s got the show about the tracks. One of the tracks they went to, that was where that was at, and they mentioned it about the one of the corners there, and they show the picture.
Oh yeah, that car is mangled. I don't know how any human being got out of that car.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep. Next on the list is the 1991 Pioneers of Racing, I believe card number 21, with Curtis Turner and Sarah Christerson, who you had mentioned as one of the three. And Sarah is a true pioneer of NASCAR. She started the very first Cup race in Charlotte in 1949, starting 13th and finishing 14th. She went on to participate in a total of 7 Cup races from 1949 to 1950. This 1991 Pioneers Racing card has a 1962 Topps baseball card vibe and has a great picture of Sarah.
Yeah, she ran. I think she ran for Curtis Turner. I think he helped you know sponsor her cars. So you know he if he had a you know that much faith in her, she had to be a very very good driver, and she was. Again, you know, it seems like most of these ladies back then didn't race for very long. I don't know what the dynamics were back then and what happened. It's too bad that they didn't race longer than they did. Maybe it was like it is now, a funding thing or something like that. I don't know, but she was a very good driver, and hats off to her.
Yep.
All right, the next one is a more modern driver, and we all know her. We all love her. We've talked about her already. It's Hailie Deegan, and this card that I've got right here is not a rookie card, but is a 2020 Panini Chronicles Racing Hailie Deegan card. That's just the card I picked because I like that way that card looks. The Crusade cards out of that set are awesome, but we all know Hailie. She has the potential, and she really does. Given her family roots, to be a great driver. And I'm wishing her well. I want her to do well. We talked about it earlier in the truck series here. She's having a lot of bad luck. I'm hoping that turns around. She is a fan favorite of all of us. We all like her. And again, like I said, we're all hoping she does well. I think she had one top 10 last year in the truck. She hasn't gotten any top 10 so far this year. I'd love to see her get a top 5. I think hoping for a win is maybe asking a little too much, but you never know these days. Crazier things have happened, especially like at the super speedways like Talladega and Daytona. So I hope she does well, but you know, go Hailie, go. That's all I got to say. I hope she does very good this year.
One of the things I was going to talk about was 2019. She has Goodwin's champion cards. I'm going to show that. But the one thing with E-Pack is that these were also available in E-Pack, and what was pretty interesting is that you can combine those to turn them into these blue versions. So like that, and then there's a horizontal and also a blue version. So if you see the blue versions, they're a little more difficult to get because of that. But there's also minis in that series. I also like that. And then there's this other version, but what's cool is it got the like lumberjack backs. Um, and just one of the a tip to let everybody know that there are autographs in the 2019 Goodwin's Champions, but there is a gold version autographed, and that is actually only 25 versions. It's not numbered, but there's only 25 versions of it. It was actually an achievement that you had to complete to get that card, and it was only 25 of them, so that's why there's only 25. But it doesn't say it's numbered out of 25, so if you find it, that's a little tidbit of information to let everybody know to kind of be on the lookout for that one. Next on the list, number 2 is Danica Patrick. And so this is a 2010 Wheels Element card number 59. Danica was a great driver. She is the only woman to win an Indy car race with a win at the Japan 300 in 2008. She is famous for her number 10 GoDaddy car with the bright green paint scheme, and Logan loves this 2010 Element card as is a throwback to the old school days of tops. It's definitely got it's not a gloss card, and it's on that gray paper kind of.
Yeah, it's that old school card stock that they used, like Tops used back in the day. But yeah, Danica's she's a good driver. She wouldn't be where she was if she wasn't a good driver. And she always did have sponsorship, which was a good thing, especially these days in NASCAR. Uh, I was really hoping that she could pull off a win somewhere within the Xfinity or Cup. that just never happened. But now she's doing commentating on Fox on some of the races because she was on not too long ago, and she does very well at that. She's a good ambassador for racing, and she's had a good career, so I'm proud of her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I picked up one of her earlier cards. We had talked last week about the uh, Czech magazine Formula, and I was able to pick up one of 2005 issue from the April issue, actually of 2005. Probably hard to tell, but
That's a nice card, man.
yes, one of the earliest ones I think that are out there. She had 2006, I believe, in Ellen and Ginter, and I think maybe at the Indy 500, they in the magazine or the program, I think you got a coupon. You redeemed that coupon for an uncut sheet of cards, but her first pack issued would be this 2010 Wheels element in NASCAR.
All right.
All
So
right,
that
number one.
so that brings us to number one. All right. My favorite all-time female driver is Janet Guthrie. She was definitely a pioneer, in my opinion, for women in racing. I mean, you had Louise Smith and Ethel and all those ladies before her, but she, was the first one to run in both in Indy and in NASCAR. And she ran in Indy for I think about 3 years, and she the first year that she ran, I forget where she finished, but she ended up being the rookie of the year, or the rookie of the race. Because Indy, the Indianapolis 500, they have a rookie of the race or rookie of the year, whatever you want to call that. I don't remember what that is, but she won the rookie of the year or rookie of the race, and she was also in NASCAR, and she ran several NASCAR races. She got a lot of help, I think, from like people like Junior Johnson and other NASCAR Hall of Famers helped her through her career in NASCAR. I mean, they felt very highly of her and helped her every which way they could. Kind of like what they did with Wendell Scott when he was racing. But in NASCAR, she I forget how many races she ran. She only ran like I think 33 races, something like that, and she ended up having several top tens in her career. So that's saying a lot, especially in those days and times when the cars weren't as dependable. And I know she had a lot of trouble with cars, just like everybody else did. But one of my favorite cars that she ever drove was that green Kelly Girl car. I think it was that number 68, and it's pictured behind her right there. This isn't her rookie card. She's also in the 1977 Sportcaster set, and that would be her rookie. And it's going to be one of the older female driver, if not the oldest female driver trading card out there. And I don't have that one graded. That's on my to-do list eventually. But like I said, this is her Press Pass Legends card, and she's still alive. She's doing very well. Um, like I said, she had a great career. And I remember when I was watching races in the '70s, her name was always coming up for doing something good, and her name was indelible and etched into my brain. And for that reason, I really admire this woman, and she is in my opinion, a true legend in motorsports. In fact, I think she's in the uh, International Motorsports Hall of Fame in Talladega. She's been inducted into that as well. I'd like to see her get into the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America that's in Daytona. That would really be nice, but I don't think she's made it there yet. But she's truly deserving of that, and she's a great person and a great driver.
So Logan, I was pulling up. She raced in NASCAR from 1976, 77, 78, and 80. She ran 33 races. Uh, what else was going? Oh, and then I think they're working on a movie about her life.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I don't know if it was maybe Hilary Swank, maybe was the actress to play her. So we'll see. Very interested for that. Hopefully that comes to fruition and gets created. So
Well, that's it. That's our top 10 NASCAR female women drivers, and it's a good list. They're all very deserving and all great drivers.
definitely. Final segment. King's Court.
Yeah, we'll buzz through this one uh, fairly quickly here because we're already an hour and 5 minutes into it, right, Jason?
Yeah, and I sit in the most uncomfortable chair, so I'm like dying over here, but we're good.
You must have one of those chair seats like they have in Cup right now that's putting everybody's legs to sleep.
Man, it's
All
rough.
right.
All right, let's get started.
Let's cue the music.
Cue the music. All right. So this week, we're going to start out with our Joker, which is our different or odd card. I saw this one. This is an autographed Ashley Force, John Force card from Press Pass Legends. It's an authentic card. We don't talk about drag racing on here very much, and drag racing is a very big sport. I enjoy watching drag racing. We used to have it here in Memphis. But this card, it was the 2009 Press Pass card, and like I said, it's dual signed. It went for $86 with 10 bids, which is pretty cool. And if you've ever been around John Force, he's kind of like Richard Petty is. He'll sign anything, because I remember being in the pits here at the Memphis race when they had the races here, and I had my white box with my cards in it, and I was trying to get my card out. He grabbed my box, kind of like what Richard Petty did with you, Val, and signed my box. Whoa, hold on. I got a real card for you to sign. But he's a great guy. He's the same person in person that you see on TV. So
let me ask before we go, because during your women's segment, I kept wanting to ask this, but going back to, we're already over an hour. I was trying to keep it short. Since you brought this up, it has to be a little bit of destiny. So the question I had was, the title of your top 10 was Women of NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
Had that changed to Women of Racing, would somebody like Ashley Force be on that list instead?
Somebody like her would be. It would be like Shirley Muldowney, probably, from she was a pioneer in drag racing back in the 70s. Ashley might make it. Who knows? I mean, probably have to expand the list a little bit, but yeah, definitely Shirley Muldowney would be one I would consider on that list, because she won a lot of NHRA events. She was a hell of a drag racer, so she would definitely be on that list. So, to answer your question. All right. So our Jack of the Week, which is our young driver. This is a 2021 Topps Chrome Formula One Mick Schumacher red checker flag refractor. It's out of 5. It's not graded or anything. And keep in mind, this is ungraded. It went for $1,225 with 21 bids. This is 2021. This is just, this is what just came out. So
it's also number 3 of 5, though.
Yeah. So very impressive. The Formula One prices just keep on keeping on.
Yep.
All right. Next card is our Queen female driver. This is a lot of cards. It's like a rainbow almost. It's 2018 Haley Deegan Panini Prism rookie cards. It's a lot of 8. And you can see, you got the red, white, and blue, the blue, green, and all the different types of refractors and things that are there.
Purple and camo.
Yeah, there's a camo there, those camos are hard to find.
Yeah, only available in the blasters.
Yes, sir.
And the silver and
Mm,
a base.
regular.
So yeah, wow, 8 different versions.
Yeah, when I first saw that, I didn't really look at it very hard. I thought it was just 8 cards, but then I went and looked at the picture and saw, hey, that's 8 different cards. But yeah, all these cards, it was a lot of 8. It went for $1,436.77 with 13 bids.
Wow.
So we were talking about our card prices not doing so well, but this lot, kind of bucks the trend on that.
Yeah, the green, the red, and the blue are numbered. The other ones are not.
Yeah, the red, white, and blue came out of the big packs.
I'm glad you mentioned it because I was going to ask, do you think this is somebody that is dumping? Or do you think this is somebody that gave up on the rainbow? What's your opinion, both of you?
I think it's somebody that was trying the rainbow and may have given up and said, "Hey, I'm going to sell it." Because trying to get the ones of ones, those have already been pulled, and I think they've been graded and they're in somebody's collection. I don't think those are going to pop back out anytime soon.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was diecast 2, diecast 4, or whatever. If I don't think they're selling, so
no, I don't think so either. So yeah, if you're trying to go for a rainbow, you might as well forget it. You're not going to get it. So
right.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jason. I think that's probably what happened.
Maybe. Yep.
All right. So our next one is our king of the week, male driver. It is the 2001 Press Pass Dale Earnhardt Jr. autograph, and it's a PSA 10 Gem Mint card. And that card went for $800, which I thought was really a heck of a price for that card. I wouldn't have expected it to go for that much. It only had
with
one
picture.
Yeah, with one bid, because that's not the greatest. And notice he drove for Budweiser. You see where they don't have Budweiser on there. They took that out of the car.
Yeah. 2001s are tough.
They are tough, and that's a nice autograph.
Because I have a Jimmy Johnson 2001. I like that design with that big white bar there for the autograph. So
yeah, and it's a good autograph. You can tell he took his time. I mean, he's still early in his career, but he took his time, and it's a nice card. I think that's a heck of a price. I don't know that I'd have paid that much for that card, but somebody was willing to pay $800, and kudos to them. It's a nice card.
Because he's one of the ones that uses, and he might be, you guys can correct me, but he might be the one that started it. But the hologram, like his own personal hologram for his signatures, is there a premium because this predates that hologram situation?
I would think so, strictly because I think those holograms obstruct the autograph.
Oh,
but
totally.
If you ask PSA, they take that into consideration when they grade autographs, and they don't, they really don't. They kind of like block that out and don't look at it, and they look at the autograph itself. So even though it's covered up partially by one of those holograms, PSA still grades it, and still, like I said, they take that into account. But yeah, I think it's a premium, Jason, no doubt.
For the folks who have been hanging on and still watching and listening to the show, little nugget, Dale Jr. signed full signature in 1998 press pass signings, and then he proceeded to change his autograph. So if you want a pack certified Dale Earnhardt Jr. full name, that'll be found in 1998 press pass signings.
It doesn't bother me as much. I know it's not his full name, and we talk about signatures, and Ty Gibbs' horrible signature. But when somebody that's called a certain name so often signs that name, it doesn't bother me as much. Like, yes, Dale Jr. is abbreviated, but I feel like he is called that more than he's called Dale Earnhardt Jr. So to me, in this situation, it doesn't bother me.
What about Bubba Wallace?
Well, I was gonna say, hold on for this one. He has another one that's just basically like DJ. So this one is he went through a Dale Jr. phase, and then he went to like the DJ phrase. But okay, great about Dale. Bubba.
How do you feel about Bubba, Jason? Same thing. I mean, he's known as Bubba. He signs it. He just signs his cards Bubba now.
That one's a little tougher because I don't think the I don't know what the right word is. Not notoriety, but it's like when somebody says Griffey, you automatically know. When somebody says Dale Jr. or Senior, you automatically know. I don't think Bubba is there yet. He might be, but it's not a negative, but I don't think it's a positive yet.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on then. Our ace of the week, which is our one of one, is a 2021. Here's Junior again for you, but these things just work out this way. 2021 National Treasures Dale Earnhardt Jr. autographed fire suit booklet with the Mountain Dew, which that thing is absolutely beautiful. And it's of course it's a pop one, but it's a 1-of-1. It went for $2,125 with 26 bids. So bidding was fierce on that one. So there you go, Jason. We were talking last week about prices on some of these cards. There's a $2,000 NASCAR card for you.
Yeah, it's beautiful, that Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
Screened on.
Yeah, that's super, super nice. And it, like, as soon as you clicked over to that next, this card link, it just like popped off the screen right away.
And there's the JR Motorsports sticker.
Yeah, and the only thing I wish they would have done, if they're going to have a Mountain Dew patch like that, well, I take that back. Just go back to his uniform, him in his uniform. He does have that. It's on his uniform. You see it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right there
so
in the center, right
my
above.
bad. It is on the uniform. So okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Because I thought maybe they might have taken it off the Mountain Dew uniform and not his nationwide uniform.
Well, the edges are red.
Yeah.
And his edges there are blue. But to your point, though, it's
So,
a pretty nice patch.
Yeah, that's groovy, man. It's
That is
groovy.
really groovy.
Yeah. All right. So our last one is our Royal Flush, which is our highest priced card of the week. And of course, we all know that this is going to go to Formula One. This was on the 27th, and it's a 2020 Topps Chrome Formula One. Our pal Zal, 1-of-1. It's a BGS 9 Superfractor, and it was in Australia. And the guy who had this was in Australia, and he had his bid, his asking price in Australian dollars, and it was 58,000. Excuse me. Let me scroll back up there for a second, Val. Yeah, he had like 99,999 in Australian dollars. But when I looked at it, it showed that he had $74,779.25 in Australian dollars, which that equates to $56,185.29 in US dollars. That was the asking price. It sold for in US money, it sold for $43,578.22. $43,000 for that card.
That is amazing.
Yeah, buddy. That is absolutely friggin' incredible.
Wow.
So, yeah, of course it's a 1-of-1. I mean, and it did get a BGS 9, which is not a bad grade. I'm sure they were hoping for a 9.5 or a 10, but it looks like it had some edge issues, which I think those cards out of that factory in Ireland or wherever it was. Is that where they printed them, Val? It was in Ireland or
I don't remember. I thought it was in Italy or something like
Italy.
that. But
that's right. It was Italy. I'm sorry, I got the wrong country. Yeah.
But yeah, all strong 9.5s with centering, corners, and surface, and then have a edge 8.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it could I thought there was some kind of formula where it couldn't get more than a certain number above the lowest number, but I guess I thought it was only like point 0.5 or something like that, but maybe it's 1 point max. So anyway, and I don't know how they. Um,
Yeah, if you average that out, that's like 9.125, I think, or something like that. So
but still, really, when they're buying it, they're really not buying the 9. They're buying the 1 of 1.
I'm the 101. Yep.
Yeah. So
So that just goes to show you the global reach. Of course, we all know that Formula One is a global sport, but this one was out of Australia.
I'd love to know the country where it was purchased.
Yeah,
Was it U.S. or was it somewhere else?
yeah, that'd be. I bet we could find that out if we really wanted to. Had the time to find that out. There may be a way to go back on eBay and find that out, but it's to see if it had been on eBay before, before it got graded.
Yeah. Still amazing. $43,000 U.S.
Yeah, that is amazing. And what was funny about the whole thing is free shipping.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
Of course.
yeah, I just spent $43,000 on a card. You better ship it for free. You better insure it.
Well, yeah, you can't insure it for that, but I don't know. I guess maybe for that you take an airplane ride. I don't know.
I don't know either.
You fly it to somebody's house. I've never had to worry about that. I've had the $4.30 card, but not the 43,000. So that's it, right? That's our
That's it, man. That's our King's Court for this week.
Well, that's awesome. Let's see. Anything else? I think that wraps up.
I got two little things.
Okay.
Ty freaking Gibbs, hashtag skid marks.
I knew that once you said that, I knew you were going with it. But yeah, so please like and subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel. And hello to our new subscriber, F9 Marcelo. Appreciate you subscribing to the YouTube channel. And if you'll subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll get a shout out as well. And of course, we want to thank our sponsor, Panini America. And thanks for listening, everybody. We will catch you next week with some more groovy news and race recaps. See ya.